VR versus triple screen is the old question in sim racing. People say that it is very subjective question, but in this video I will give you my opinion and definitive answer on which one is better after racing with both setups for more than 5 years. So let's compare both setups first. The cost. The clear winner here is the VR headset. VR is relatively cheap these days and you can get one for less than triple screens. Space required. If you want to use a triple screen, you will need a space in your room for that. It can get pretty big depending on the size of the screens. This is not an issue with VR because it doesn't require big spaces, so it is the best option if you don't have enough room for triple screens. PC requirements. Both triple screen and VR need a good PC, so if you have a PC that can run one setup, it will have no problem running the other one. Immersion. I don't think there is any dispute about this. The immersion in VR is the best in sim racing. Sitting in the car, racing wheel to wheel, and feeling the speed is almost like in real life. You have also much better depth perception in VR to judge the distance from apexes and cars, whereas on the triple screen it can be an issue. The ease of use. The triple screen is easier to use. You just sit down, fire up the simulator and you are racing. The VR requires some setup beforehand and it can be frustrating if you lose tracking or something happens during the race. But after 5 years of racing in VR, I can say that it happened to me only on a few occasions. And even if you lose tracking of the headset, you can still finish the race with no problems. Comfort. This is the biggest one to look for. For many people, comfort is the deal breaker. Sitting for a few hours in VR, sweating, especially on hot summer days, is not a pleasant experience. So here is my definitive answer to what is better setup for sim racing. For me is the VR headset. If you try it once, you will never want to go back to driving on triple screens. But you are maybe asking, what about the biggest deal breaker in VR? Comfort. Well, I have solved the issue of comfort in VR for myself, and if you want to know how, then watch the next video on the end screen. And if you like this video, consider subscribing and I will see you in the next one.